I'm Sergeant Bratch. I'm over our criminal investigations.
My name's ChilleDeCastro. I have a channel on YouTube called Elite Laws, and what I do, I help people sue bad police departments.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you want to suspend Amy Moon and take away her badge. I'm watching a video right now, and if I get a hold of this guy, I'm going to help him file a federal civil rights lawsuit against you guys. You cannot walk up to people and just put them in torture cuffs. You're way outside the boundaries. Have you seen this video?
No, sir, I have not. I apologize. I haven't seen it.
Well, let me send it over to you. Do you have an email address I can send it to?
I do.
What makes a cop think that they get to detain somebody because somebody called about them? You don't.
I have no idea.
You don't get to go to a lake and tell people to get off the roof of their van, stop tanning, get down here. I want to talk to you. And he says, "No, what's your probable cause? Do you have something that you?"
Legit question. Legit.
I committed a crime, and then she says, "Turn around, put your hands behind your back." Okay. That is not freedom. That is a police state.
I got you. By what you're describing, it makes sense.
I mean, I could send this to you guys, but you know what'll happen? Nothing. And
well,
so
and again,
look me up. I'm really not joking.
But Mr. Castro, I have no reason in the world to doubt the information you're telling me. So, you may have dealt with other officers in the past. Hold on. Wait, listen for 1 second. You may have dealt with other officers in the past that treated you however way or demeaned or did whatever they did. But that's not me, okay? I believe everything you have to say. I believe who you are. I believe everything you do.
I don't understand. What in the hell makes this person think they just get to detain people and put them in torture cuffs when someone called and said they're suspicious that maybe this guy has an underage girl with him? And even if he does, why can't he go to the lake with an underage girl? I know all kinds of underage girls who are under 18 years old that are my nieces and nephews' friends, and if I was with them at the lake, there would be nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not.
Just because you're with someone who's underage doesn't mean you're a pedophile.
Exactly.
This idea that it's just so stupid. And then she goes to the lake. They're up on top of the van sunning, and they say, "Come down here." She says, "Come down here. I want to talk to you." And he's like, "Do you suspect me of committing a crime?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay, well, tell me what the crime is, and I'll come down there." And she's like, "No, come down here first." Then he gets down off the van, and she puts him in handcuffs.
Can I ask one? Let me ask one question. When did this happen? Roughly what year or day or whatever?
2016. Amy Moon, is she still there?
Yeah, she's still here.
Watching this video is disgusting.
Okay.
It's nothing short of tyrannical police state garbage. Here, listen to what happens. Just listen.
I'm listening.
And no contraband was found in her.
She walks up here. Listen. Okay, she's walking up to the van. Just listen.
What you doing, guys?
What you doing, guys? There's two people up on top of the van.
Come down off the top of the van.
She orders them off the top of the van as if she has the authority to tell them where to put their bodies.
Okay. Come down so I can talk to you. I can't hear you. Come down so I can hear you, ma'am.
She demands that they come down for the van because she can't hear them. Come down here so I can talk to you. There was no crime. She simply had a phone call. Some Karen called in and said, "I'm afraid they're down there using drugs. They've got underage girls." And so now my freedom is gone. And so she says, "Come down here. I can't hear you."
I can hear you.
Are you suspecting a crime is being committed?
Yes. Come down.
Yes, come down here.
Come here so I can talk to you.
So he complies, which I never would do. I would tell her to go pound sand.
Right.
Come down here.
So she's coaxing him down off the van. He jumps down off the van.
You too, ma'am.
She orders the woman off the van. Who the hell does this chick think she is? She has no right to be ordering people around. There's no crime there. She was called to investigate a scene. You can do a Terry stop and take a look around, but there's no need to Terry stop anybody if there's no reasonable articulable suspicion.
Do you have your ID on you, sir?
Well, do you have your ID on you? And then he says the appropriate question.
Crime you suspect you committed.
Do you have your ID? I will gladly talk to you. Do you have your ID on you?
If you don't want to let me know what crime is being committed,
okay, that's not how this works.
No, that's exactly how this works, Miss Moon. I want her suspended. I want her fired. And if you guys don't do it, this is garbage. You don't get to demand.
Can I ask a question, Mr. Castro? I'm sitting here listening to you, and you're yelling at me for some reason. I'm trying to help you facilitate what you want and need done.
I want her suspended without pay.
All right.
Listen more.
Again.
Listen more. I'll stop yelling at you. I'm sorry.
Castro, listen to me. You're going to have to go through this whole
DeCastro.
thing again, but listen to me. Listen, please. I'm really trying to help you.
You cannot treat people like this. You cannot demand ID of people. That's exactly how this works. You have to tell me the crime you're accusing me of and actually want to arrest me before I have to give my ID. That's the Fourth Amendment standard. There's no such thing as a stop on ID state. That's a myth. That's garbage.
I totally understand. I know that.
This is one of my subscribers. This is someone who's on my page that supports my channel. I want her suspended. I want her suspended for a week at least without pay.
How old are you?
You don't get to put another person in those. I mean, excuse me, sir. Those are torture cuffs. They were made for slaves. They're torture. You know they're torture. Between me and you know putting handcuffs on someone is very painful.
Oh, I've been in them. I understand. I do. I got you.
It's miserable. Well, if I put them on you, you'd really understand what it feels like. I wouldn't do that to you because I wouldn't put you in handcuffs. But you know as well as I do, it hurts. And she made this guy get off his van, and she's ordering around his girlfriend, and they haven't done anything wrong. They're just sitting at the lake enjoying the day. And the cop pulls up, and now he lives in a police state, and he has to submit his will, and he gets put in torture cuffs in 2 seconds flat.
All right.
Okay, tell you what, have a seat.
Now she tells him to sit on the ground, and he goes,
Have a seat. We're not going to do this. Have a seat.
You can arrest me if you like.
I don't want to arrest you,
Well,
okay?
it's been a crime.
We don't need to make it
Why are you
difficult.
harassing us?
Have a seat so I can watch you safely.
have a seat so I can watch you safely, Amy? Who do you think you are? You're a woman who, when I put you on a federal civil rights lawsuit, I put your name first on Google. That's what I do. With every cop I sue. That's what I do. I put her name first. So it shows up that no matter what she says to anybody, there'll always be a percentage of people who believe she's a bad person. And so the same thing they do to criminals, to people who are felons. They put a felony on them forever, and a certain percentage of people always believe that person's a bad person. Mm-hmm. So that's why I pay the money for Google to put the people who I sue at the top of Google. You can look it up: DeCastro versus Las Vegas Metro, DeCastro versus Ironton Police Department. When I see stuff like this, and it makes me so incensed that I'm willing to call you at 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean,
yeah, because out in your town it's still dark.
Yeah,
it's still night out there.
Yeah, it's still pitch black here on the West Coast.
It is,
but I'm just so upset right now. You don't get to tell me to have a seat. Where's he supposed to sit? On the ground? She gets to tell him to get off the top of his van. Now he's got to sit on the ground? She gets to emasculate this man in front of his girlfriend? Why? How come? I mean, I'm willing to work with you guys behind the scenes, but if there's not a suspension here without pay, this is crap. You guys don't get to do this to people. And you got a black eye on this. And you and I have had a fair conversation. You've been fair to me on the phone. I'm trying to be fair to you. I'm just upset. But she gives you a black eye. She makes people say all cops are pigs.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. I mean, there isn't. One of my jobs before they moved me up here, they moved me to criminal investigations. Like I said, I was the internal affairs supervisor. I've investigated a number of them.
How many cops did you find?
In your 30s, then?
2 in my time. But I wasn't there very long. It was either 2, and then we had some other ones leave. They resigned prior to us finishing up stuff.
For some reason,
writing on the wall.
For some reason, the profession brings in some of the worst people, and then once they get inside that union, it's just almost damn near impossible to get them out of there. Continually being assaulted with excessive force, continually being charged with being aggressive, continually being charged with overstepping their boundaries of the law. He said on this video, "Tell me what crime it is, and I'll give you my ID." She said, "That's not how this works. I'm a constitutional law scholar. That's exactly how this works." Exactly how this works is what he said.
Let me ask you this real quick, Mr. DeCastro. On that video that you have or anything that you have, does it have a case number?